Hey there, this is Randy. In some cases, when we are dividing polynomials, the only thing that we need to know is the remainder of that quotient. Today we're going to talk about a shortcut to finding that remainder. It's called the remainder theorem. Let's go. So before we talk about the remainder theorem, let's discuss this situation really quick. So let's say that we have a polynomial, and that polynomial is called f of x. And f of x is equal to 4x minus 5. If I asked you, what is the value of f of 2? How do we find that? Well, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is take this 2 and plug it in for x in the polynomial. In this case, there's only one place that we need to plug it in. So let's write, instead of the question mark, we're going to write 4 times 2 instead of x minus 5. Now when we simplify this, we get 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. So f of 2 is equal to 3. So now that we are more than clear about that, let's talk about the remainder theorem. So the remainder theorem is stated as follows. When f of x is a polynomial that is divided by x minus a, the remainder of that quotient, that is, f of x divided by x minus a, will be f of a. So that probably feels pretty abstract right now, so let's break that down in an actual problem, and we're going to arrive at a remainder once we use that remainder theorem. So in this example, we have f of x is equal to x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4. And we need to divide f of x by x minus 3. In other words, f of x divided by x minus 3. Now we could do this problem with long division. We could say this entire polynomial is the dividend and x minus 3 is the divisor, and do that really long process of long division that we've practiced in previous videos. But there's a really easy way to do this because we know that x minus a corresponds to x minus 3. Okay. Now, if x minus a is x minus 3, what is the value of a? Pretty obvious. The value of a is 3. Okay. So now what? Well, if we know that a is 3, it's not negative 3, because notice that in the theorem we already have a minus in that binomial. So a is positive 3. If we know that a is 3, then we can plug in 3 for a right there. So f of a, in this case, will be f of 3. So in order to find f of 3, we need to go back to our dividend and plug in 3 for every x. So here you can see that we have the dividend, and now instead of this x and this x and this x, we put 3. So now when we simplify this entire expression, we should get the remainder. So you could do this entire expression in your calculator, but we'll write it out. And let's remember PEMDAS. So we need to do all of this multiplication and all of this multiplication and all of this multiplication before we do any adding and subtracting. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So that first part is 81. And now this second part is 2 times 3 is 6, times 3 is 18, times 3 is 54. So we have 81 minus 54. And after that we have 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So we have 81 minus 54 minus 27. And lastly, plus 4. So let's continue this process right over here. So we have 81 minus 54. 81 minus 54 is 27. And we still have minus 27 plus 4. Okay, well, obviously 27 minus 27 is 0, so this entire expression is 0 plus 4, or just 4. So once again, what is this 4? Well, this 4 was f of a, right? Because we plugged in 3 for x in our dividend, and 3 was a. So 4 is f of a, and now we know that the remainder, according to the remainder theorem, the remainder of that quotient will be f of a. So 4 is our remainder. So although you could have gotten this same remainder by doing long division, what we did here is actually faster in most cases. So whenever you don't need to know the full quotient and you just need to know the remainder, we have a pretty easy way to do it. And with that, we are finished. See you next time.